It doesn't happen very often, but when it does is always strange. Kageyama keeps his eyes on Yamaguchi and the way is being dragged around by Oikawa. Yamaguchi and Oikawa started to practice together after 𝔤𝔦𝔨𝔢's loss. The younger impressed them so much that Oikawa offered to help. Kageyama was happy for him. Yamaguchi was all smiley and happy tears. He was kinda cute. And, really, everyone has a soft spot for that boy. Still, Kageyama can't help but start to acknowledge the stingy thing that he feels when Oikawa is wrapping his arms around Yamaguchi. Or when they laugh together, like there's no one else. If you keep staring like that, you'll bury an hole on their backs. Kageyama jumps on the spot, startled by his senpai. Iwaizumi-san? Why are you here? The boy raises a brow, a mix of amusement and judgment. Why are you? Kageyama gets silence. What should he say in situations like this? I was curious to observe their train. Not totally true. Yamaguchi is one of my teammate. I have to see his improvement. Sounds like an asshole. I can't leave his side. Too personal and not ready to go down that patch. Iwaizumi tilts his head, patting the boy on the shoulder. I'm sure you're jealous, but I can't decide on why. Kageyama stiffened immediately, a raising blush. Iwaizumi must be having real fun because he can't help but laugh. Listen, we're not ready to have this conversation, evidently, but I'm sure you'll understand. Kageyama is speechless and decides to just nod, like an idiot. You don't have to worry too much. The conversation is interrupted when Oikawa turns around, leaving Yamaguchi on the court and running towards Iwaizumi. Done? Oikawa gives a quick glance to his back, where he finds Yamaguchi nodding, and nods too. Yup. Yama-chan and I are done for today. Great, so you can shower. You stink. Oikawa gasps dramatically, hitting the other's shoulder with a pout. Fuck you. But he's not really angry, or offended, and so is Iwaizumi when he fakes to scold him about not hitting him for random things. Near them, stand a too awkward to live Kageyama. Yamaguchi, deciding this is the time to rescue him, waves his hand. Taking a few steps, he gets far enough from the duo and near enough to the boy. Hi. The voice is warm and Kageyama finds himself shivering. Hi. Awkward, as always, but Yamaguchi doesn't really mind and offers him a smile. Are you willing to wait for me a little more? I'll shower and we can go to my house, maybe? Kageyama shudders various words before mumbling a sure. The other, still, doesn't mind and offer a nice, be right back before running to the showers. It didn't take long before Yamaguchi returning to the room where Kageyama doesn't move. Not even an inch. Your hair. The boy tilts his head, wet. Locks of green hair are covering his eyes. Are pretty long, yeah. I should cut them. Not conscious of what he's doing, Kageyama takes a step and touches the end of one lock. Yamaguchi bites the inside of his cheek, a rising flush that Kageyama doesn't seem to mind. They're still wet. The other one just hums, not sure about what to say or not. You could get a cold. We should just go home. Tobio. Kageyama stops in the middle of his actions, looking at the boy with wide-opened eyes. Oh, sorry, I spend a lot of time with Oikawa-san and I know, he says with more bitterness that he intended to put in. Yeah, let's go. The walk to the house was awkward. Yamaguchi feels guilty but he doesn't know why, and Kageyama feels guilty because he's an asshole sometimes. Still, the warmth of Yamaguchi's house is always a relief for the other. Where are you dragging me? Just follow me. Kageyama didn't give Yamaguchi time to step in the room that he took his wrist and dragged him to the bathroom. That's my home, though, and I care about you. That is enough to shut the other up. Sit on the edge of the bathtub, please. Listening, Yamaguchi follows his order and melts into Kageyama's touch when he started to dry his hair. They were almost done, because of the walk, but Kageyama insisted in taking his time and the other boy doesn't seem to mind. If possible, he completely melts against the setter's body and his oh-so-soft touch. Yamaguchi refuses to open the eyes that he didn't know he closed. I'm done. The boy just hums, keeping the other near because of the hold on his t-shirt. Yamaguchi, then, rests the head against Kag's belly, making him freeze. Your breath, it tickles. Still not responding with actual words, Yamaguchi invites Kageyama to play with his hair like he was doing before. The setter clears his throat, looking around. He needs a minute to think, but it's really difficult when Yamaguchi is so near and so needy. I don't know, move to your room? He's uncertain, he doesn't even know what he's doing. Raising his head, Yams looks at him. And you'll play with my hair? Kageyama hums. In the same way you did while you were drying them? Kageyama does it again, receiving a big puppy smile. Let's go then. Cuddles in the bed for me. And if Yamaguchi is smiling, observing how nervous Kageyama is, no one is really there to tell. You can call me by my name, by the way, if you want. The sentence is barely more than a whisper and Yamaguchi has to raise his head from his spot. He was gladly resting his face against Tobio's chest while the boy was playing with his long and soft hair. You didn't seem to think like this before. Kageyama looks over Yamaguchi's head, not having the heart to look into his big puppy eyes and do something stupid. Like kiss him. The thoughts make him freeze. Kiss? Why did you change your mind all of a sudden? Wow. No, it's not like that. It's not? Tadashi rests a hand on the cheek of the boy, trying to make him look into his eyes. Not entirely ready, Kageyama gulps. I was surprised, that's all. Not convinced, Yamaguchi takes the other's face in his hands. It's not all, is it? I don't know what you mean. Tadashi rolls his eyes, pinching his cheeks. Tell me the whole truth. Kageyama groans, twitching his nose in discomfort. It's stupid. So? Finally releasing the hold, Yamaguchi sits on the bed looking at the other. You won't let it go, will you? Nope. A perfect and shiny smile catch Kageyama's attention. I prefer your shy side, you spend too much time with Hinata, and Oikawa. The last name is said. More like a groan of frustration. Is that so? Oikawa. Kageyama tilts his head, confused, and Tadashi thinks immediately of a little dog. Every times we talk about him, you have a strange expression. Darker than ever. I don't have a dark expression. Yamaguchi laughs, letting himself fall on the bed again. Looking at the ceiling, Yamaguchi stops his laughter to speak. I'm not replacing you with him, and I don't call you Tobio because I heard it from him. Imitating his position, Kageyama turns his head to look at him. Oh, it's not a lot, but Yamaguchi knows the other enough to understand that he's satisfied like this. Wait, why you and Oikawa talked about me? Feeling a sudden wave of warmth on his cheek, Yamaguchi sprints to turn off the light. I'm so tired, good night. Wait, I should go ho. Nighty-nighty, Tobio. Yamaguchi. The boy pretend to snoring. Tadashi, please. Sighing, Yamaguchi opens his eyes one more time. Fine. What do you want? Kageyama furrows his eyebrows. Why the other was so stubborn all of a sudden? You know what I want. Nope. You should ask. Kageyama sighs, he's such a little shit when he wants to. I would like to know why you're talking about me, with him. Yamaguchi seems to think about something for a few minutes. I'll do it, if you tell me why you always make a face when you hear Oikawa's name in a conversation. Kageyama hums, he'll probably regret it, but curiosity killed the cat and he's the poor cat. You first. That's not what you said. Even in the dark room, Kageyama can see the shade of the other's tongue. Is he sticking it out? You talk first. I'll talk after. Promise? On my honor. Kageyama can't help but tease him. What honor? He hears a loud gasp and a sound of a slap, before registering that Tadashi beat him. Oi, talk or I'll do it again. You're becoming a little 𝔑𝖓𝖕 fine. Stop, punch me on the chest. Finally stopping the little scene, Yamaguchi get on his listening position. It's just. I don't know, it's weird to look at him being so close to you. Yamaguchi knows to not interrupt him while he's trying to explain how he feels. It's always complicated for the boy. And it's him. He's never been like that to me. Tadashi feels suddenly irritated and snaps before biting on his tongue. You're jealous because he's helping me and not you? What? No. That's not what I said. He knows that he shouldn't attack him when he's trying to explain himself, but Yamaguchi just feels too annoyed to stop himself. That's what it sounded like. But don't. Good night, Kageyama. Kageyama bites down on his lip, hard enough to feel his own blood. Yamaguchi is laying on his side, giving his back to him. He's touchy. I don't like when he lean on you. And he continues, like a train, because now that he started he can't stop. And he makes you laugh a lot, he tease you. I'm pretty sure I saw you blush, too. I don't like it. I don't like to observe those scenes. They make me feel weird thing, it's irritating. And you're the reason why he teases me and why I blush. What? He's not sure if he heard it right. That's why he talks about you, because I told him that I wanted to know you better. because you're cute and supportive. And so awkward. Is this even a compliment? I'm telling you that I have a crush on you and you're focusing on this? Kageyama feels his head spinning and Yamaguchi can understand why. It wasn't supposed to happen today. It wasn't supposed to happen at all. It's a lot, for both of them, and it's late. They're tired. Listen, just remember what I said. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Or when you'll be ready. Yeah, okay. Kageyama gulps, letting Yamaguchi guiding him to a sleep position. We have time, all the time you want. Do we? And Yamaguchi laughs softly, resting his face against Kageyama's chest. Sleep, it's late. Kageyama doesn't talk again and doesn't even think too much about wrapping Tadashi in his arms. He just did it, because even if they didn't talk about the topic he knows that he can. They have time, yes, but he still wants to linger a little into this warm and comfort. Sleep well, Tadashi. And he closes his eyes, too, after leaving a little peck on the boy's head. They'll talk about it again. For the moment they'll just have sweet dreams into each